calm before the storm. Humanity had never faced a threat like this before. The deep space scanners were full of strange blips, moving fast and in perfect formation. Admiral Kane stood on the bridge of the flagship Resolute, his eyes scanning the holographic displays. Every crew member felt the tension. The air was thick with nervous energy. The colonies were sending urgent messages, civilians hiding in shelters, families holding each other close. Kane's fleet was the only line between them and total destruction. "Prepare all weapons," he ordered calmly, but his voice held an edge that made everyone move faster. A sudden signal interrupted the communication channels. It was unlike anything the fleet had ever received. No markings, no known frequency, just a short burst of code that repeated 3 times. Kane frowned, studying the flickering lights. Could this be a warning, or a trap? He muttered. Lieutenant Mara, the youngest officer on the bridge, looked nervous. Her fingers hovered over the console, ready to respond. "Admiral, the signal. It seems almost like coordinates," she said slowly. Kane leaned closer. "Coordinates to what?" he asked. The signal blinked again, almost as if it had a life of its own. The human warships were ready, weapons charged, engines humming. The fleet formation stretched like a silver line across the darkness. Outside, stars sparkled calmly, but the void was hiding dangers no one could yet see. Kane walked along the bridge, stopping at each station, checking his officers personally. He needed to know everyone was ready. A pilot spoke up. "Sir, sensors detect movement. Something big is approaching." Kane's eyes narrowed. "Show me." The main screen lit up with hundreds of alien vessels, sleek and dark, moving with terrifying speed and coordination. They looked almost alive, their shapes unlike anything humans had studied. The crew gasped. Even the most experienced officers felt a shiver run down their spines. Kane's mind raced. He had faced enemy fleets before, but nothing like this. The aliens were not just attacking, they were hunting, and their patterns suggested intelligence far beyond human understanding. The mysterious signal suddenly blinked again. This time it included a small map, pointing directly to the center of the alien formation. Kane stared at it, a plan forming in his mind. This could be our chance," he whispered. But even as hope flickered, a feeling of unease lingered. Signals this strange were rarely simple. Below decks, engineers and soldiers prepared for the worst. Ammunition loaded, shields tested, even the medics went over emergency procedures. The entire fleet moved like a single organism, each part ready to respond to the other. Despite the fear, there was a strange calm, a sense that humanity's best would be enough. The bridge fell silent for a moment. Only the hum of engines and blinking lights filled the room. Kane raised his hand. "All ships, maintain formation. We jump in 5, 4, 3. The fleet braced for the unknown, hearts pounding. As the stars stretched into lines and the void seemed to open before them, Kane knew this was just the beginning. Humanity's fight was about to start, and whatever waited in the darkness, they would face it together. The calm before the storm was over, and the war zone awaited. Into the warzone, human fleets jumped into the war. The stars stretched into lines of light, and the emptiness of space felt sudden and dangerous. Every pilot gripped their controls tightly, eyes scanning the dark for the first sign of the enemy. Alien ships emerged from the shadows like living predators, their shapes strange and frightening, sleek hulls glinting with unknown metals, their weapons glowing faintly. The human fleet held formation, each ship a silver shield in the darkness. Kane watched the screens, heart pounding. The aliens attacked without warning, beams of light cutting across the void, explosions rippling through space. The first wave struck a forward cruiser, tearing holes in its hull. Alarms blaring, crew shouting, evasive maneuvers. Kane ordered calmly, his voice cutting through the chaos. Pilots twisted their ships, dodging beams with skill and precision. Human lasers fired back, bright streaks against the darkness, each hit sending alien ships spinning. Lieutenant Mara guided a small squadron around a cluster of enemy fighters, her hands steady on the controls despite her nerves. "Hold formation, trust each other," she said. The squadron moved like one, dodging attacks and striking with calculated shots. A massive alien warship rose from the center, larger than anything the fleet had ever seen. Its weapons glowed ominously, ready to fire. Kane frowned. "Target the central ship. Focus all fire." He knew if they could destroy it, the alien fleet might break apart. The human ships surged forward, lasers striking the alien giant. But the enemy was fast and smart. Each human ship had to maneuver carefully to avoid destruction. Explosions surrounded them, the void turning into a dangerous battlefield. Suddenly, one human warship, the Vanguard, broke from formation, darting between alien cruisers with impossible speed. Its moves were daring, almost reckless. The other ships watched, tense, unsure if this would succeed or end in disaster. The Vanguard fired its main cannon, a concentrated beam that struck the alien command ship directly. The explosion shook nearby enemy ships, sending debris scattering. The aliens faltered, their formation breaking, confusion spreading across their fleet. Kane's eyes widened in disbelief. "Incredible," he whispered, but before they could celebrate, sensors warned of another threat, a hidden wave of alien fighters approaching from the flank. Their attack was fast and silent, ready to trap the humans. "Prepare for flank attack," Kane shouted, the fleet turning to meet the new danger. Pilots pushed their ships to the limit, dodging fire while returning shots. Every move counted. One mistake could destroy a ship and trigger panic. Mara's squadron held together, firing strategically, dodging debris, and saving a damaged cruiser from destruction. "We can do this," she murmured, hope mixing with fear. The fleet was human, united, and clever, and that might be enough to survive. The battle raged on, beams flashing, explosions lighting up the darkness. But through the chaos, Kane noticed a pattern, a weakness in the alien strategy. If they could exploit it, the battle could turn decisively. Humans were not just fighting, they were learning, adapting, and planning their next move. The warzone was alive with danger, every second a test of skill, courage, and teamwork. Kane clenched his fist, knowing this was only the start. Humanity had entered the enemy's territory, but the fight was far from over. The first sparks of hope glimmered, and the humans were ready to strike back. The human fleet regrouped after the chaos of the initial attack, their ships glinting in the dark void, engines humming with power. Admiral Kane studied the alien formations, searching for a weak point. The aliens were strong, fast, but not perfect. "Target the command ship directly," Kane ordered, his voice calm but firm. "This is our chance to break their lines." Pilots adjusted their positions, forming a tight strike group, ready to unleash everything at once. Lieutenant Mara led the front squadron, her hands steady on the controls. "Stay sharp, stay together," she said. Every pilot knew what was at stake. Every shot mattered. One wrong move could mean destruction. The Vanguard moved forward first, firing its energy cannons with precision. Beams tore through the alien shields, small explosions lighting up the darkness. The enemy fleet faltered, their coordination breaking, confusion spreading like wildfire. Kane watched the screens, eyes narrowing. "Now, all ships, focus fire on the command vessel." The fleet obeyed instantly, lasers, missiles, and torpedoes striking from all directions. The alien ship shuddered, sparks and energy flares exploding from its hull. An officer shouted, "Enemy shields failing." Excitement mixed with fear on every bridge. The humans had the upper hand, but the battle was far from over. The aliens were smart, and one mistake could turn victory into disaster. The first wave of alien fighters tried to darting between human ships with deadly speed. Mara's squadron dodged and fired back, taking down several attackers. "Keep the pressure. We can't let them regroup," she urged. Explosions lit up the void, debris spinning in slow motion. Every human ship had a role, protecting weaker ships while striking at the enemy. The teamwork was precise, almost perfect. Humanity's strength showing in the heart of battle. Suddenly, the command ship's core began to glow, an ominous red light. "It's preparing something," Kane warned. The fleet tensed, anticipating a massive counterattack. Every ship on high alert, shields fully up, weapons charged. The core erupted in a blinding flash, sending a shockwave across the battlefield. Some human ships were hit, shields flickering, alarms blaring, but the fleet held its formation, steady under fire. Kane's eyes burned with determination. Lieutenant Mara saw an opening. "Concentrate on the left side," she shouted. The strike group angled their weapons, blasting the core with coordinated energy beams. Sparks and explosions filled the screen, the alien ship groaning under the assault. Finally, with one final volley, the command ship exploded, sending fragments across space. The alien fleet was thrown into chaos, ships colliding, retreating, or firing blindly. Kane allowed himself a small nod. This was the turning point. But even in victory, tension remained. Hidden waves of alien reinforcements were still approaching. The humans had won the first strike, but the war zone was far from secure. Every officer knew the battle was only beginning. Mara exhaled, hands shaking slightly. We did it. For now, the fleet regrouped, assessing damage, counting losses, preparing for the next attack. Kane looked out into the endless darkness, his mind already planning the next move. Humanity had struck first and hard, proving that courage, intelligence, and unity could challenge the unknown. But the enemy was vast and clever, and every victory carried a warning. The fight had only just begun. The battlefield had quieted for a moment. Human ships, hovering among the wreckage of alien vessels. Smoke and sparks floated through the void, giving the scene an eerie calm. Admiral Kane knew this pause was dangerous. The enemy was not defeated yet. Prepare boarding teams, Kane ordered, his voice steady. We need to learn everything we can. Soldiers and engineers suited up, moving through airlocks with practiced precision. Their goal was clear: capture alien technology and uncover the enemy's secrets. Lieutenant Mara led one of the boarding parties, stepping onto the alien hull with careful steps. Her eyes scanned every corner, the metal cold and unfamiliar. Strange symbols glowed faintly on the walls, hints of intelligence far beyond human design. Inside the command ship, the human teams discovered control panels, glowing and pulsing with energy. Computers were unlike any human system, operating on logic that seemed alive. This is incredible, Mara whispered, touching the interface. It's like it thinks, Kane observed from the flagship. Watching live feeds from the boarding teams, his mind raced, analyzing every data stream. Every discovery could give humans the edge in the war. Every mistake could cost lives. A technician pointed to a holographic display. Admiral, the aliens' attacks were guided by a central AI. It coordinates the entire fleet. Kane's eyes narrowed. If we can control it, the enemy will fall apart. The revelation brought hope, but also danger. The AI pulsed on the screens, almost watching the humans as they worked. Mara's team carefully accessed its systems, sending small commands, testing defenses. Every moment was tense. One wrong move could trigger alarms or traps. Suddenly, an alarm flashed. Security breach detected. The ship's systems warned. Alien drones activated, swarming toward the humans. Mara's squadron fired back, blasters and pulses lighting the dark corridors. Every shot was precise, teamwork keeping them alive. Kane's voice came over the calm but urgent. Focus on the AI, Mara. We need that core operational. She nodded, fingers flying across controls, rerouting power, hacking into the alien code. The AI struggled, but humans were clever, adaptive, relentless. Explosions rocked the alien ship as internal systems failed. Mara ducked, almost there. Just a little more. Her team worked in perfect coordination, understanding the alien logic in real, slowly bending it to human will. Finally, the AI blinked. A new command interface appearing. Mara gasped. We control it. We actually control it. Kane allowed himself a small smile, hope rising in his chest. This victory was not just tactical, it could change the entire war. But even in triumph, danger remained. Alien reinforcements were still nearby, sensors detecting multiple fleets approaching. Kane's mind raced. We've gained an advantage, but the fight is not over. He knew the enemy would adapt quickly. The boarding teams returned to their ships, bringing alien technology and data. Every fragment of knowledge was precious. Humanity now held secrets that could turn the next battle decisively. Mara looked at Kane, eyes shining with excitement and fear. We've only just begun, she said. Kane nodded, staring at the endless darkness of space. The AI was a weapon, a key to victory, but also a reminder of how intelligent and dangerous the enemy truly was. Humanity had struck first, but the war was far from over. Every ship prepared for the next wave, hearts steady, minds alert. The secrets of the enemy had been uncovered, but with every answer came more questions. Humanity had learned, adapted, and survived, but the galaxy held even greater dangers, and the fight would test them all. Turning the tide, the human fleet moved with new purpose. Every ship now guided by the intelligence gained from the captured AI. Admiral Kane felt a surge of hope, but he knew victory would not come without risk. Every pilot and soldier braced for the coming battle. The aliens were returning, larger fleets moving with calculated speed. Their ships glowed in the darkness, weapons ready, but humans were no longer blind. Mara's squadron led the vanguard, their ships weaving through enemy lines with precision. "Follow my lead," Mara shouted over comms, and the fleet adjusted. Exploiting gaps in the alien formation, human lasers and missiles struck in perfect timing, sending enemy ships spinning, chaos spreading through the alien lines. Kane observed from the flagship, every move calculated. He gave orders with calm authority, every word shaping the battle. Focus fire on clusters, maintain formation, support each other. His fleet moved like a single organism, each part supporting the other. The AI worked in real time, predicting enemy movements and suggesting maneuvers. Humans combined their courage with machine precision, striking where the aliens were weakest. Explosions lit the void as ships collided, shields flaring and failing. Suddenly, a Twistan alien battleship larger than any before broke through the flank, its weapons glowing red and deadly. "All units, concentrate fire," Kane shouted. The fleet angled to face the threat, lasers cutting across space, explosions marking every hit. Mara's squadron dodged and fired, using every trick they had learned, guiding smaller ships away from danger while hitting the enemy's weak points. Sparks flew across her cockpit, alarms ringing, but the squadron moved as one, unstoppable. The alien AI tried to compensate, sending ships into dangerous maneuvers, but the humans had the captured AI now, countering every move. Every alien ship that tried to break formation was trapped or destroyed. The tide beginning to turn, Kane felt a surge of pride. This was humanity at its best, courage, intelligence, and unity combining to challenge the impossible. The aliens began retreating in confusion, their fleet breaking apart, but Kane did not celebrate yet. He knew one mistake could reverse everything. Mara noticed a hidden wave approaching from behind, sensors detecting a stealth fleet moving at impossible speed. "Admiral, another attack," she shouted. Kane's eyes narrowed. "Prepare countermeasures. Use the AI to anticipate their moves." The fleet shifted, shields raised, weapons aimed. The hidden wave struck, but humans were ready. Beams and missiles intercepting before they could reach the main formation. Sparks flew across space as the stealth ships were destroyed, the enemy's hope fading fast. Kane looked at the screens. It's working. The tide is turning. For the first time in the war, humanity was not just surviving, they were dominating. The combination of courage, skill, and alien intelligence now under human control gave them a deadly advantage. Mara exhaled, heart pounding. "We're winning," she said. But Kane shook his head. "Winning is only the first step. Stay focused." Every ship readied for the next phase, knowing the enemy could still strike back. The war zone had shifted, the aliens on the defensive, human ships moving with confidence and precision. Explosions lit the darkness, but the humans pressed forward, relentless, unstoppable, every maneuver bringing them closer to victory. The first signs of hope glimmered across the fleet. Humanity had turned the tide, but the battle was far from over. Every officer knew this, every soldier felt it, and every heart beat faster with determination. The alien fleet lay in ruins, human ships hovering over the battlefield, engines glowing softly in the dark void. Admiral Kane looked across the screens, a mixture of relief and sorrow on his face. Humanity had won this battle, but the cost was heavy. Several human ships were damaged, some beyond repair. Crew members who had fought bravely were gone, and the silence in the aftermath was almost deafening. Kane walked along the bridge of the Resolute, each step heavy, feeling the weight of command. Lieutenant Mara surveyed the battlefield, her hands trembling slightly. "We did it," she whispered, but even as the words left her lips, she knew the war was not over. Humanity had survived, but the galaxy was vast, and enemies could come from anywhere. The AI, now fully integrated into human systems, pulsed with energy, ready to guide the fleet in the next battle. Kane studied the data, realizing the advantage it gave them. The alien strategies could now be anticipated, their attacks predicted, giving humans an edge never seen before. Yet even in victory, danger lingered. Hidden fleets might still be approaching, colonies still needed protection, and the cost of war weighed on every soul. Mara looked at the stars, wondering what challenges lay ahead. Every glimmer of hope was mixed with uncertainty. Kane addressed the fleet over comms, his voice steady. "We have won this fight, but remain alert. The galaxy is vast, and we cannot let our guard down." Crew members nodded, knowing their leader spoke the truth. Victory was just one step in a much larger journey. Human ships began repairs, medics tending to the wounded, engineers working tirelessly to restore shields and weapons. Even in the face of destruction, humanity's resilience shone, determination burning brighter than any weapon. As Kane walked to the observation deck, he looked at the stars stretching endlessly before him. A faint signal flickered on the horizon, strange and unfamiliar. It was not alien, it was something new, something no human had ever encountered before. Mara joined him, eyes wide. "Admiral." Another signal. Kane nodded, feeling a chill run down his spine. Humanity had survived the